Hello Fiends Collectors, it's me DanielEast1000 back again with another video that I've really wanted to sit down and make and talk to you guys about a thing that me and Sith4229 did, a little road trip to Blackburn Football Club. Because we love football so much, that is what we are notoriously known for enjoying, and that is our love of the beautiful game, or as you Americans will know it as, soccer. No, we didn't go for that. We went for a galaxy far, far away. We travelled to Blackburn Football Club for Star Wars Fan Fun Day, of which big thank you to Sith4229 for letting me bum a lift, also sorting the tickets out, and quite nicely as well, the event organisers actually upgraded our tickets to VIP. I felt admittedly big imposter syndrome when that happened, but super cool of them to do that for us. I've never been to one of these events. Sith4229 has, and he was telling me about it. We've tried to organise it in the past, we've wanted to go together, but life and things permitted. So with our passes in hand, being allowed to enter the venue before normal ticket holders, we went to the VIP guest area where we were given a goodie bag of surprises. This included a Darth Maul vintage collection figure. All the goodie bags had like a random figure packed in. I luckily got my favourite horny boy. Again, super cool of them to include this in. Really kind, thank you so much guys. Not only that, beer coasters, stickers, bus pass card holder, a whole bunch of flyers, and probably the coolest thing, this pin badge, of which had this year's logo artwork on for Star Wars Fan Fun Day. Absolutely awesome. Big thank you guys for that. You really didn't have to. And as we're allowed to enter the venue early, we get to look around the stalls as well. Not even within, I think, 10 minutes. Probably less. 5 minutes maybe. I've picked up my first buy of the day, which was a figure I've really tried to hunt for. I've not found one in a good condition, or it's missing its accessories, and it's its pride of place on my Darth Maul shrine. It is none other than the 12-inch Episode 1 Darth Maul doll. Yeah, it's a doll. I'm cool with that. It's awesome. It's my horny boy. I needed it.
Our first catch of the day.
As we continue looking around, I pick up another Kyle Katarn. This is the third one within the space of a month and a half, but it's complete. This one was carded, and I got it for a tenner actually, which is a really good deal. So this one was an opener, just because the bubble was a little bit yellowed. I've got one carded, I've got one loose missing all the accessories, now I've got one loose with the accessories and the diorama to go with. So I'm super chuffed with it. As we're looking around, there's lots of cool things to see. Awesome costumers. Because it's a fan event, there was some really cool custom artwork pieces up for grabs. One store which we kept going back to, and ahhing, and additionally finding something new that we were like, how did we miss that? I don't know what the store's name is. I'm really desperate to track it down, just because 2 items that I'll show in a moment I'd love to get more of. But I got this Club Obi-Wan bottle opener. Now, anyone who doesn't know, Club Obi-Wan is a deep cut to Indiana Jones, because this is the nightclub at the start of Temple of Doom that Indy goes to. I had to have this because I'm on a bit of an Indy binge. If you haven't seen my Indiana Jones playlist, then check that out. We've brought it back. So pleased to have Indy on this channel again, because we're talking about Star Wars Fan Fun Day. Let's focus it back on Star Wars. I also got this Aurebesh translator. You know, I get something, it's got Aurebesh, and instantly I fire up the laptop, get it. No, now I have this to hand. It's this plastic block which has the Aurebesh inscribed onto it, and so I can just pull this out now. I don't need to go online. I've got this to hand, I've got it on display as well. It's stuff like this that I'm really enjoying picking up, because I can just dot it around within my action figure displays. You know, it's there for me, it's in hand, I can get it. And if I need to translate something, boom, it's there. Now, not only that, From this stall, me and Steve, we walk away from it a bit, and then towards the end of the event, where we've pretty much almost spent up, we then noticed that they've got these flags, and they were kind of offside, and we'd missed them, and they had them in different sizes, but because we'd spent up at this point, we were like, well, we better get small ones. At least I was. I'm like, I need to get small ones, because I can't overdo a spend at this point now. There was different designs, so awesome, but I settled with, obviously, Empire, and to contrast that, Daughters of Ferrix, because I'm a massive Andor nut at this point, and it's such a quirky piece. I needed it, and those sit quite proudly hung up next to my TV. I'd love to get more, to have them dotted around, but these were such quirky pieces, and again, homemade, they've made to look weathered, like blaster marks as well. Really happy with them. I'd love to find out who the sellers were. Really ties the room together. So yeah, that shop was awesome. I loved the custom bits that they'd made and they had available. And they were really reasonably priced. Everything there actually was reasonably priced. One thing that I did almost forget to mention was that I got this really cool 3D printed Mandalorian sign, which sits quite nicely above my Mandalorian shelf now. Probably the most expensive thing I picked up that day was this. The Galaxy's Edge Sabacc playing cards. This particular store that I picked this up from had a lot of Galaxy's Edge stuff. Quite expensive, but that's because of naturally import prices and trying to make a profit from it, understandable. But I guess it works out a little bit cheaper than going to Galaxy's Edge and Disney World itself, so it balances slightly. Very awesome, very kind of screen accurate vibe, I would say. You've got some dice. I'm going to have to teach myself how to play this and have some people around to have a game. So the final thing that I want to show off, and this is an actual, it's a grail piece for me. So as we're looking round, Steve says, oh, there's a box there that says Darth Maul figures. So actually I have a little rummage through, and it doesn't take me long, and I pull this figure out, and I'm like, I'm not even going to look at the price for this. I mean, I did, but I was like, this is mine. I'm holding on to this. This is mine. So I took it to the vendor, and at this point I flipped it over. I was like, I need for that price? Oh hell yeah, I'm having that. And again, this sits as is Darth Maul. Pride of place on my Darth Maul shrine. It is none other than the Power of the Jedi Darth Maul Sith Apprentice. It's basically a figure inspired by concept art. It's such a weird look for Maul that I love it, and I'm so pleased to have it on display within that shrine. I'd love to have this carded at some point, but to have it loose, I'm super happy with. I've really struggled to find that figure for some reason. I'm absolutely over the moon to have it in my collection. I was hoping to find it at Celebration. There was a lot of figures, like a Kal-Katarn complete, that I was hoping to find at Celebration, and I simply didn't. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed my time at Celebration, but there was a lot of clock watching. It was a little bit stressful. It was very hectic. I really still enjoyed myself. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, but an event like this, an event like Star Wars Fan Fun Day, it lived entirely up to its name. We had so much fun. While I was picking up that Darth Maul at the store, we had a really lovely conversation with the seller there. As we were doing this white Wookiee just taps us on the shoulder, and we see like, oh hey there, and we got a selfie of it. It was so awesome. It was so fun. It was so chill as well. It was so chill. I really don't want to compare the two because they are both vastly different. But if you ever get a chance to go to Star Wars Fan Fun Day, definitely do. The proceeds from the event go to a really important charity, and there's just such a good feeling vibe there. Lots of items, as we've shown, that you could pick up. Certainly lots of bits that I missed out on that I wish I picked up now, but I'm definitely going to remember to take more funds with me next time, if I do indeed go next time, which hopefully I can. And that's just not figures and stuff. It's artwork, fan-created things that, again, it wouldn't be available at Celebration because it has to be Lucasfilm licensed to be able to be a seller. Super cool that they had that available, that you've got like fan artists and craft makers and prop sellers. Awesome. Loved that. And costumes as well, which you can get pictures with. Me and Steve had pictures at Yoda's hut. I had one on a speeder bike. I'm normally not one to do pictures, but the vibe there was so good that it was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's have a goof, a gaff and a laugh. And I certainly did. Can't recommend this event enough. If you are in the UK and it comes next year, definitely go. There's a lot of surprises to be had, so let me know what you guys think. Have you been to it? Would you want to go to it? Thoughts and feelings down in the comments down below. And while this is me, DanielEast1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching.